It's actually something that struck me when I first heard this teaching and when I first had my eyes open to it and felt it. And the fact is that when we have a pleasurable life, or when things are going right, gosh, at least for me, I never think twice, I never think that somehow I'm just so much into my mental construction of my happiness and life is going right and everything is. And so it seems like the greatest opportunity to really expand in life is when things aren't going right, and when there's pain, and when I can't understand why, and I reject the pain, and that causes suffering. And so sometimes when you're looking at this teaching from afar, and you're seeing what the people that come and seeing what they ask and what they're doing, at least I had this idea, this is all about suffering, and it's not necessarily, somehow I translated that to be, you got to be down and out to go for this, and I don't think it's true, but somehow life's pleasures are really a screen that blocks all the depth or the breadth or the reality, the possibility to investigate. It just kind of makes people sit with what they have, and
yes,
the decades go by, basically.
It seems that is also an expression of this life, that for a while we can enjoy the fruits of this existence, the opportunities to move around on this planet, to study, to pursue, to acquire, to enjoy also. And that's just how life plays for a while for many people. And I'm sure if it was offered to each person, listen, okay, you will be the architect of your own existence. I think very, very few, if any person, would choose painful experiences, discomfort, real challenges that challenge your sense of who you are. I think we'd probably include all the chocolate-flavored moments. You would not choose that which really sometimes...
The tropical islands and the beaches and
yes.
Perfect weathers and
yes.
Great friends and party every night.
But that's not how we grow. Thankfully, life doesn't allow us that.
That gets really boring.
We like the
right?
idea, but life doesn't give you that. It's too kind, too compassionate. It has to throw something into the mix, so that you have to dive deeper than the surface. In fact, I don't believe that there's anyone who is entirely satisfied, content, or happy with merely objects, with merely acquiring the objects of your desire. Maybe for a while we are happy with it, but not lastingly happy. And so you can continue acquiring, and if you have the means to keep on acquiring, you can keep on acquiring, and also life plays also like that. It's part of the grand expression that it can play like this.
The means is also the time, because decades go by, you get older, you feel like, well, I've done all this again and again and again. I thought
yes.
I loved it. Each
yes.
moment I thought I loved, and
yes.
But was it enough? And where's it taking me, and what do I have to show for it?
If that question comes for you, you may awaken on your deathbed itself. If this question comes maybe on your last breath also, you can awaken. I'm not saying to anybody to wait for that last breath.
No, like I always, whenever that crosses my mind, I think, no, rats, I don't want to do it that way. Come on, give me a couple of years to enjoy it.
Well, there's a little truth in that, because sometimes we feel that such things which challenge our idea, identity, and so on in the world, they can wait. Now is not the time. Now is not the time. Now I have things to do. Now the energy is there, the motivation, the interest, the urge is for acquiring something, to learn, to grow, to experience, to enjoy. So if that is what is felt naturally inside, then go for it with all your being. Go for it. Why not? Don't go for it half-half. Go for it entirely. Then you can exhaust it quickly. If you go for it half-half, then maybe all your
It'll
life
last
you're
forever
half-half. If you're going to enjoy 100%. Why not?
We don't even know what half-half means because we think it's full, you know, and then later we have a fuller experience and say, oh my gosh, I was just living a shadow back then.
I think there is something in life that really informs us from some place within our own being that this is not it. I really trust that. Maybe someone can help me, they can correct my view. But I have this sense that somewhere on some level inside us, maybe for a while we're not willing to pay attention to that. And sometimes it takes a moment of stillness or grief or some circumstances, something out of the usual, to allow us the chance to really examine that and to hear that voice, let's call it a voice for now, that reminds us this is not it. It's not it. There is a dissatisfaction, a beating underneath that superficial satisfaction. Maybe that's why we keep on grabbing so furiously at what we think that maybe more. It's not enough like this. Maybe it's more. Maybe what it means is more. And so you go for more. And also, it never fills this sense of emptiness, you see. And that emptiness is our chance. It is our chance for real freedom, for the real opportunity. Because if that sense of emptiness is not there, if it were possible for us to be entirely satisfied with objects, with the possession of objects, with really the taste of our dreams, then really there will be no such thing as awakening even, you see. And by awakening I mean to really have a chance of really discovering who and what are you before you started acquiring. How are you right now if you're not associating with some intention, if you're not holding the hand of some idea, if you're not embracing some attachment or some desire or some judgment or some concept? Has anyone ever really examined what remains if I simply leave all that aside, even for one moment? How am I without with?
Your beloved calls you here today to ask you for this dance. What will you say?